Hello everyone, this is Mehul Mehta and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's podcast, we have a very special guest. We have Professor Tao Pang, who is the program director of the North Carolina State University. So, hello Professor, how are you doing?
Hello, Michael. Hello, everyone. Yeah.
So Professor Tao Pang today has, agreed to share some time to, help understand international students and national students what they can do to maximize their application at the financial math program at North Carolina State University. So I have bunch of questions prepared for Professor Tao Pang. So he'll help us understand the whole scenario, what the, how student can be helped in their overall application process, and on top of it why NC State is a good university to pursue a master's in financial math. So Professor, I have a bunch of questions for you. I'll go one by one. I hope that's
Yeah.
fine.
Sure, sure.
Okay. So Professor, like the very first question, like can you provide an overview of the master's in financial math program at North Carolina State University?
Sure. So the financial mathematics program at NC State was founded like more than 2 decades ago, and we offer a professional Master of Science degree in financial mathematics. There's no thesis requirement, and typically students spend 3 semesters in the program to get their degrees. So this program is a joint program involves several colleges, including College of Science and College of Management, and also several departments like mathematics, statistics, industry engineering, economics, computer science, and business management. Okay, so here at our program, we always put our students first. We have students achieve their career goal. I work with every student to customize their coursework to help them achieve their goal. And our ranking has been very good. The most recent ranking is by Risk.net is number 4, and by Conet is number 12. And we have been maintaining a 100% placement rate for the past 6 years. Okay.
So thanks, Dr. Taupang. Let me tell you all. So when I started my journey with NC State, Professor Pang used to take a lot of efforts in guiding all the students, not just me, my whole complete batch. I mean, Professor Pang used to tell us what to do, what not to do. So I feel like NC State, I mean, because when we come from international countries, right? I mean, like I came from India, it's so challenging. I know a lot of folks come from China, India, a lot of I mean other Asian countries also. It feels so challenging when you come from an international country to a new country, and I think like you were very helpful throughout my transition. So I really thank you for that.
Thank you for the kind words. So, I also came from international, like more than 20 some years ago. I still remember the time I first came to the US. So definitely I understand our students, let's say, situation. I like to help them. Yeah.
Also, Professor, you mentioned that there is no thesis requirement and it is more of a professional master's. So, is it like students do not they do not need to write a research paper or a thesis, and they just have to clear the examination? Is that the correct understanding?
Yes, that's correct. However, we do have the internship requirement. Students need to find the internship or they will be put into the summer project. So we want to provide them some training to help them find a job in the industry. Yeah.
Right. Also, Professor, what kind of foundational knowledge or skills do you expect from students joining the program?
Good question. So, we have we have students from various of background, like mathematics, statistics, computer science, engineering, finance, economics. So, no matter what their majors are, we do expect students to have some solid knowledge in calculus, linear algebra, probability, and maybe some basic coding knowledge. We also have a preparation workshop to help students to pick up the skill they have learned before and to prepare them for their first semester. Yeah.
Right. So what I understand is I mean, because the batch, I mean, I remember my batch was a diverse, few students from mathematics, statistics, programming, and I guess
Yeah.
that's what makes the batch, really, I would say it makes the interaction really good, because I was good with mathematics, and my friend was good with programming. So we have, so we that's where we combined with each other, for projects, and I had a great learning at NC State.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely. So that's actually our intention to have a diverse student population, and we put the students with a different background, not only academically but also in the cultural sense, so they can work with each other on a project. So that will prepare them for the real job market. Because once you get a real job, you have to work with people from different backgrounds, right? Yeah.
That's correct, Professor. I agree. So, Professor, like, what are different core subjects that are offered by, like different core subjects and different electives which are offered by the program?
So at our program, we have six core courses. So including stochastic calculus for finance, multicolor method in finance, the option and the derived pricing, career development for quants, and statistical inference one, and the statistical inference part two. Okay, that's the six core courses. I can also work with students to maybe revise these core courses. For electives, we do have the electives offered for our financial math students, such as financial risk management, fixed income product and analysis, machine learning in finance, let's see, quantitative trading technology and methods. On top of that, so our students can access to hundreds of courses offered by other departments, so like math, statistics, MBA courses, computer science, engineering. So students have so many choice to depend on the career goal and their background. Yeah.
Also, Professor, like, do you think, because I know the answer, but I really wanted to ask for the audience. Do you know, like, how these subjects, are they good enough to prepare you as a quant, or to prepare you for the industry, like the courses and the electives that you mentioned? Are they good enough to prepare students?
So that is the foundation. We also have the very intensive project training to give students hands-on experience to solve the real problem. So because we continue getting feedback from the industry connections regarding what skill sets they are looking for from our students and what kind of ideal candidate they want for the positions. So they told us that not only they want the students to have the skills learned from the classroom, but also they want students to know how to use those skills to solve the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel, Dr. Pang, like that's the best part about the program, that every subject has some of the mini project or the major projects. And I felt that has helped me so much throughout my career, because I built like close to different, like 4 to 5 different projects, some mini projects, some major projects, and
Yeah.
that really helped me, in the industry while I was interviewing for different organizations. So definitely, I guess a lot of good projects at in the program. Also, Professor, I'm just curious, what are the typical career paths for graduates of this program?
Good question. So, our students have been finding jobs in the big commercial banks such as Bank of American, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and also the big investment banks such as Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. In addition, we place many students into this big four company like Deloitte, EY, KPMG, and PwC. Also, some consulting companies such as McKinsey. Not only that, we have placed the students into the uh, government agencies such as the Federal Reserve and the state pension funds. Okay, so I would say we have placed students into to do many type of jobs, and their titles range from risk analyst, quantitative analyst, model developer, the and also the quantitative associate. We also have a student that have the title of assistant VP and also VP for model risk management. So
Right.
I think we have students in almost all areas of the financial industry. Yeah.
No, Professor, I agree because my all my friends that are in US, everyone is from NC State, and as you said, everyone is placed into quant analyst, credit risk, market risk, model validation. Few are
Yeah,
placed as financial engineers. So I guess definitely the program does a great job in placing in in different positions in the industry.
sure.
So also, Professor, I'm just curious, how does the program ensure that the student gain real world experience through internships or projects or industry collaborations?
Yeah, that's very good question. So the as you know, our primary goal is to place students into the industry. So gaining some real world experience is extremely important. Okay.
Yeah,
So first we help students to identify in the internship opportunities and encourage them to apply. Also, we invite recruiters from the big companies such as Bank of America, Wells Fargo to come to our program to do the recruiting events to talk to our students. In addition, we invite industry professionals to talk to our students at our weekly seminar to introduce the company, to talk about their own career, and also to networking with our students. Okay. And we work with our industry connections to offer the projects during the summer for students who do not do interns. Okay. So these industry projects will be mentored by the professionals from the company, and they usually meet with our students on the
yeah,
weekly basis to talk about the project, to tell them what to do next, to give them some advice. Okay. So for now, in the past summer, 2024, we have worked with Silicon Valley Bank, uh, BlackRock, and First Bank to offer three projects. Yeah,
wow,
and our team also invited to the Silicon Valley Bank to give them the in-person presentation. Okay, so that's for the summer project, and also not only that. So during the regular semester, we also offer these mini projects to give students experience to work on uh, the real problems. Okay,
right.
so that's very important. Yeah.
Yep. So I feel Professor Pang, like that's the best part about the program because I was one of the students who who did not get the internship, and I was so stressed because I didn't know what to do. That's where I knew from my seniors that I will have to work on a summer project, but you always have this in mind. Will it be good? Will it be bad? And I remember doing bond pricing, a project on bond pricing, and that was the most discussed project in all the interviews. So I feel so even if, because the biggest issue of all the international student is, oh, what if I do not get an internship, because people think in mind that if they are not getting an internship, they'll also not get a full-time offer, which is
It's
not,
not true.
yeah,
Not
which
true.
is not true. So I
Yeah.
guess NC State really does a great job in helping giving the summer project, which is, I guess, of 2 to 3 months, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, so the usually is 11 to 12 weeks, so like almost 3 months. Okay. And actually, just to echo your comments, based on our record, students doing the summer projects have the let's say, equally good performance when they are looking for a full-time job compared to those have this summer internship. Okay.
Right. I totally agree, Professor. Also, Professor, like I'm just curious, like how is programming? I know this, but I just wanted to ask for the audience.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
How is programming integrated with the curriculum, and what languages, are I mean, which language is really important, or which language has been given at most emphasis during the whole curriculum?
Yeah, a good question. So, first, we have this summer preparation workshop before the student starts, and we have a session on the Python programming. So give them some training, and after the start of the let's say live here, we have the project training. I didn't know during the project training, students continue to use the Python and other coding language. They can practice their skill and improve their skills. Okay. We also offer the training session on those say coding language such as the Python, sometimes SQL and SAS to help students to improve. This will be offered based on the students' demand. Okay, and also the in some courses there's the project and assignments require them to use the Python, sometimes R, sometimes SAS, sometimes SQL. So I would say students have let's say adequate chances here to practice their coding skills and improve. Yeah, and yeah.
No, that's correct, Professor, because I remember like a couple of my batchmates, they started learning Python when they joined the program during the the boot camp
Preparation, yeah, yeah.
preparation workshop, and then after they joined the program, that's where they actually started learning programming, and they became great in few months. They became great, so that's, I guess, that's very amazing. Also, I'm just curious, how do you ensure, because there are so many advancements happening, so how do you ensure that the program stays relevant with the rapid advancement that we see in the quant finance space?
Very, very good question. So now the world ch is changing very fast. So we have to make sure that uh, we catch up with the job market trend and the financial industry development. So we have a industry advisory board and a alumni advisory board. We have a regular meetings with them to get the feedback about what is the current job market trend, what is the hot topic in the industry, and what type of skill sets for our we expect from our students. Okay, so not only that, so we from time to time we invite industry professionals to offer this special topic class on particular topic. For example, like a quantitative trading, climate risk for financial institutions, machine learning in finance. We also offer the course in on blockchain technology and the cryptocurrency. Okay,
Wow.
so we work very hard to make sure that our curriculum and the training stay updated. Yeah.
No, no, that's correct. I remember a lot of industry folks when I was part of the program. I believe every Friday there was the industry folks, some of the other industry folks joining in, sharing what they are doing and what's going on in the industry. So
Yes, that's another. Yeah.
yeah, those workshops really helps us understand, okay, these things are actually important and what we are doing actually makes sense. So.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Michael, for mentioning that. Yes, I forgot to mention this Friday seminar. We invite the industry professionals. They share their views about the job market and their personal experience at their company. Yeah,
Right. Also, Professor, I'm just curious. Now, this is really these two questions are really important for students who are applying and trying to maximize their chance at NC State.
yeah,
So I have two questions. One is on the resume part, and one is on the SOP part. So
yeah,
let's start with resume. Or
yeah,
what do you think makes a good resume for
yeah.
students?
Okay, so again, see, this is only my personal opinion. It's based on my experience to review the application to NC. So it may not apply to other program. So for us, okay, when I look at the resume, I'll be looking for the related this coursework and the working experience. Okay, and I do have some advice to students. If you, for example, if a student have a not so good GPA, but the related work, as I mentioned, the calculus, linear algebra, say probability, and some programming courses, if they have a stronger GPA for those courses, it's always a good idea to list those courses on your resume, and you can even self-calculate the GPA for those courses. That helps the admission committee to review your ability to be successful at our program. And also, of course, related experience, work experience definitely the plus. Also, certificates such as CFA, FRM, or Society of Actuarial Fellow. Those certificate does help if you can, you do not have the certificate yet, but you have already passed some exam, you can always put that on your resume. That's also a plus, you
Right.
know. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, professor, like a lot of students, I was speaking recently speaking to few students, and they said like they have 2.9 GPA or 3 GPA, but they have
Mm,
like 3 years of work experience.
yeah.
They knew that to get into US universities, a low GPA is always a concern, but now they cannot go back in time and correct their scores,
Right. Right.
and they that's why they gotten some relevant work experience in finance or in risk and quant. So do you think will that help them?
Yeah, yeah, that will help. So for those, I do have some suggestions. So of course, number one, they can list the related working. Number two, if they can take a GRE, get a very good score, so that will also complement the low GPA. Another trick they can use, just as I mentioned, list those course related coursework. If they have stronger GPA on that, that will help. In addition, if they can demonstrate that for the most recent or for the last two semesters, they have been improving and with the GPA above 3.0. That also help.
Okay.
And they can also explain the reason why they get the low GPA in their personal statement, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so coming back to the statement of purpose, as you mentioned, so some student think, oh, a two-page statement of purpose is good. Something like one page statement of purpose is good. Like, what do you think is an ideal number of pages or ideal number of words for students to write their personal statement or like statement of purpose?
So I think either one page or two page is fine. Of course, I don't recommend more than two pages. Okay. So for the good statement of purpose, I'll be looking at let's see why students want to pursue a master's degree in financial mathematics, how much they know about this career. In addition, I'd like to know how why they're interested in applying for the program at the NCC, how much they know about our program, right? I just want to make sure that the students apply for the right program. So this we want to help them, but we don't want them to, let's see, get the wrong impression. For example, if students want to pursue a MBA, that's totally different, right? Yeah.
Also, professor, like I'm just curious. So let's say someone has done certain academic projects, and so should they include in their resume, and should they also include in their statement of purpose that in their should they include in their statement of purpose that they did work on certain academic projects?
Yeah, yeah, they can definitely put that in their resume or personal statement. So the point with you want to show others your
Yeah.
best part, right?
Ah,
You have a strong GPA, you definitely want to make it clear you have a strong GPA. And if you have done the project and you think this will be helpful with your further study, definitely put it in your resume and your personal statement. That will help. Yeah.
okay. Okay. So, Professor, like any last piece of advice for students who, because I know like the batch size is small and that's what make the program more competitive. So, like it's very challenging to, I mean, it would be great if students could, get into NC State. So, any last piece of advice for them?
So we try to keep our cohort very small so that we can take care of our students. And yeah, so definitely students are encouraged to apply more than one program. So that's for sure, right? And so in terms of how to get admitted for our program, I would say maybe attend to our information session, look at our website, and getting familiar with our program. And also, you are welcome to reach out to me to our program to learn more about our curriculum, our placement, or our services we can provide. Okay, and of course, see, try to work hard for your GPA if you are not graduate yet, and also maybe work on your resume, right? And take some let's see professional exams, and also I strongly recommend that they watch your the YouTuber channel. Yeah, I think you have posted many useful videos to help them. So I think that's a really good resources. Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you so much, Professor Pang, for joining in today. Really love this chat and got to know so much about, how students can help their application, be it resume or SAP, to maximize. So one last question which I got into my mind was on the letter of recommendations. So NC State, does it require two letter of recommendations or three?
We do require three, but sometimes we can consider the application even with the two recommendation letters. But the student have to let us know whether they are going to send the third letter or just be two letter. Okay, so we know this is complete. Yeah.
Okay. Also shouldn't be because a lot of students are confused. Like, should they give two academic? So these are different options. Like, give all the three academic LORs, give two academic LOR and one professional LOR, or give like two professional LOR and one academic, or give all professional LORs. So what do you think is the best option in these?
I think see the more important thing that you ask someone who are familiar with to write a letter for you. Typically, we expect that maybe at least one letter from the academic. So it can be all three from academic professors, or maybe one or two from your supervisor when you if you have the working experience. Okay.
Okay, okay, sure, sure, sure. Like, so thank you so much, Dr. Pang, for joining in today. Really love chatting with you and got so many insights. Definitely, I'll share this with my followers, and thank you so much for taking out your time and sharing your views on this.
Thank you for having me, and I definitely hope your YouTube channel getting better and better, have more and more followers. So I
Sure,
look forward to it. Yeah.
sure. Thanks so much, Dr. Pang. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Michael. Okay. Bye bye.